Hi there. I recall a story about a doctor who stood up in front of his class, and I believe he was a rheumatologist, and he showed them x-rays of his hands. And he was reasonably old, and what he said is that from a young age he decided to test the theory that cracking your joints was bad for them and caused arthritis. And so when he showed these two x-rays, what it showed was basically no difference between the two hands, although he'd once a day, every day for his entire life till that point, had cracked the knuckles. It begs the question, is that a good thing or a bad thing to know? I'm Craig Osborne, I'm a chiropractor, and I get asked quite frequently, what is firstly this popping sound that we hear when joints get manipulated or adjusted? And is it a bad thing or is it a good thing, or what makes the sound at all? And so what I wanted to do was quickly explain what is now understood, although it's quite a simple concept. Think of it this way: if every joint is maintained within a sac, the capsule, and within this capsule we find the fluids, we find ligaments, we find other soft tissues, and of course we find the ends of the two bones forming the joint. So when you're moving around, of course, you can imagine this fluid is getting sucked around in different ways with positive and negative pressures. Now, when we go and perhaps crack our knuckles or get a chiropractic adjustment, what it does is it pulls the joints apart in such a way, and in a very fast way, that it creates between the joint structures and the joint ends themselves a negative pressure. And in this negative pressure, what it forms is a gas bubble. I can't tell you what those gases are, but it's presumably all those that are dissolved in the capsule fluid. Now, for a long time we said what we believe is that when that bubble pops, then that's what we hear. But if you take a quick look at this video, and this is a moving MRI, so if you're a bit squeamish, perhaps close your eyes for 5 seconds. And what this shows is, and they did this with sound, which we don't hear in this video, is that the popping sound actually occurs when the gas bubble first forms, not when it collapses. And so what the popping actually is not the rubbing of structures against each other, it's not bones grinding, it's not ligaments snapping over anything, and what it simply is the formation of a bubble within the joint fluid itself. And for that reason, the popping sound itself is of no interest and is not going to be detrimental to you in any shape or form. And in fact, in terms of what chiropractic offers, the difference between what you receive as a patient and a chiropractic adjustment and perhaps doing it yourself. For example, I had a patient just this week who said 10 times an hour, he does something to make his own neck pop. Now you have to say, does that make sense? It's certainly not helpful because he was having to repeatedly do it. And chiropractic works differently because it's the popping sound when it forms comes through the application of a fast impulse. And this fast impulse, we now know, stimulates the brain. And by stimulating the brain, it causes the brain to change the way in which it is aware of those joint structures and looks to make an improvement on that. And that's why as chiropractic care progresses, to start with, you do need a little bit more frequently because your body needs a bit more reminding on how to do things better. But as time progresses, you're able to push that time apart so that as your body learns how to stabilize the joint itself. So that's what joint popping is. There's no need to worry about it. I know there's quite a few people who are always a bit angstful when they start chiropractic care because they think that it's dangerous. They've heard other professionals who aren't chiropractors say that it is. Those people who don't seem to know what they're talking about, I'd have to say. There's no need to worry. So I hope that's interesting, and if you're interested in starting chiropractic care with me, I encourage you to sign up on my appointment page online. Go to chiroloungelindale.de and head to the English site for the appointment page, and from there you can organize it all yourself. Anyway, have a great day. Bye-bye.